Hi y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jupiter James and this is Astro Motivation, where I awaken the astrologer within you and aim to give you a little inspiration and motivation per your unique placement within your birth chart. And this is my channel, okay? So today we're gonna get into a little bit of a different topic. You know, I've been doing my planets through the houses series and things like that, and I know you guys have been seeing those videos as they pump out, and I really do appreciate all of you. But I've been getting a lot of birth charts and a lot of readings and things like that, and a lot of change is happening, you know, and I want to come and have this video for you guys because I know we are all feeling this ginormous shift in the world, this ginormous shift in our consciousness and just within the universe. I know we can feel it brewing and we can feel it coming, and so I want to let you know why you may be feeling those things, because again, I get so many birth chart readings and so many of us are going through this cataclysmic change, and that change is Pluto shifting into Aquarius. And now Pluto will go into Aquarius in January of 2024 officially, and it will station there for the next 30 plus years, I believe. You know, this is going to be the next generation. This is going to be the new world order. This is going to be the new age thinking. This is going to be a shift in thinking that we create. You know, we are going to be the generation that emulates this type of thinking, and the world we create now will be what we teach our children and what we now live by. And those that have been in the Pluto and Capricorn way of thinking will kind of like go by the wayside. So this is that energy that you've been feeling, and so I'm going to really get into the good and the bad and the ugly behind what this energy is and why you may be feeling the way you are feeling. And after I get into that general flavor of breaking down what this energy will be doing and how Pluto will be displaying itself out in the universe and out in the world come January 2024, I will then either make a video, or within this video I will tell you what that transit in your life could be for you, because we're all gonna feel it, right? But each of us are gonna feel it in different areas of our life. We may feel it within our relationships, we may be feeling it within our careers, we may be feeling it with our families, we may be feeling it in our pockets, we may be feeling it with fulfilling our dreams, and this may be that time for you depending on the rising sign that you are, okay? So within this video I'm just gonna explain to you what, as a whole, as a generation, as humanity, what we could be feeling with this energy, because this is a very, very important time, and this is a time to be alive. I'll let you know that right now. And so let's go back. When Pluto was in Capricorn, what were we experiencing? You know, with Pluto in Capricorn, I'd say that this was all about capitalism. You know, this was the success, the quote-unquote American dream that our parents drilled into us and that the world lived by for a very, very long time. You know, we were all taught, I don't know how old you are, but we were all taught by our parents for a very long time that what do? You go to college, you get good grades, you get a dog named Spot, you do the Capricorn thing, which was you be proper, you shoot for the stars, you go for success, and the way to get success is to do those things. You get good grades, you go to college, after college you find a respectable 9-to-5 that is respectable in society, you make a lot of money, and you will be successful. You'll be quote-unquote successful, and this was the Pluto in Capricorn way, right? There was no room for error. It was very rare that you saw someone in the age of Pluto in Capricorn make money through their phones. It was very rare that without a corporation, there was no way for you to survive. You know, without you being a part of a corporation, without you working a job at a brick and mortar building, you know, with a logo on it, you don't make money and you don't become successful, and there was no room for being artistic, or there was no room for deviating from that plan, because Pluto was in Aquarius, and that is what we were taught. We were taught the American dream, the conventional, structured, serious, normal way of becoming successful and living out a proper life, right? That was the American dream that we were sold. And as Pluto has done what it's done. You know, we've all subscribed to that at one point or another, whether we had to or not. We all wanted to make our parents proud. We all wanted to do what the world was doing as far as like chasing that American dream. Each of us could have a slice of the pie. Each of us can become successful in our own ways. But I'm sure you have found on the way there that there have been some shortcomings, you know? Like, I'm sure you've seen or have felt in your heart and in your soul, like, wait, I know there's more out there. I know that there is more out there than me just slaving away at this job that doesn't give a damn about me. I know there's more. I know that there's a way for me to live a free life and I don't have to request off hours and, you know, I know you felt that, right? We've all felt that way of like, wait, you mean to tell me I'm gonna work 40 hours a week and not only am I gonna bust my ass and show up here whether I'm sick or not, I can't take any mental health days, but now when I'm there, I'm told that, you know, there, you're doing a good job, you'll get a promotion next year, or, oh no, you'll get a 25-cent raise next year if you just bust your ass for another 50 hours a week. Or you see what I mean? Like, it was always the cards were stacked against us, and that was because that monolith, that structure, that conventional teaching of Pluto and Capricorn, there were some flaws to it. You saw that a lot of people had run themselves ragged by the time the pandemic came. You know, we were all searching and striving to be quote unquote successful, and we were finding the pitfalls within that. You know, some of us had suffered from a lot of college debt. You know, people would come out of college and think that the world would be theirs, but they would find like, oh my God, wait, this job isn't gonna pay me. It's only gonna pay me so much to pay off this debt, right? It's only gonna pay me so much to pay for my apartment. We were literally just scrounging by, even though we were told that this was the right thing to do. I'm sure that there are some people out there right now that followed everything their parents told them to do. They got straight A's, they went to a great school, but yet when they have come out of college, they're in a mountain of debt. They're in a job that they hate. This job is barely paying for the bills. While the bills increase yearly, you know, the promotions come every 2, 3, 4, 5 years, if at all. And we're supposed to just be okay with that, right? That is Pluto in Capricorn, okay? In the beginning of Pluto and Capricorn, that may have worked for our parents. You know, I'm sure you have parents that they bought their homes for 3 pennies and a bucket of milk, and now your parents have kind of felt like that's just what it is. Aren't you gonna get a home? And you're like, I can't afford a home with the way the cards are stacked against me like this. Because in the beginning of Pluto and Capricorn, that was there weren't as many people, and the structure was so new that it was beneficial to all. It was a beneficial society and a beneficial system. But as Pluto made its way through the zodiac of Pluto and Capricorn, pitfalls began to occur. You began to see it's like a crab in the bucket type of mentality, and there are some pitfalls and some intense energy that came from that everyone just can't be successful in that old model, okay? With that way of thinking, we'll never be successful. We'll always be at a job we hate that will, if we don't show up one day, they'll cast us off or fire us without a moment's notice, and we're at the mercy of these corporations, you know? Now, with Pluto moving in to Aquarius, I'm sure you have seen, I believe that Pluto went into Aquarius around the start of the pandemic. And I'm sure that you've also been seeing out in the world that people have left their jobs. People have begun to value the human over the corporation. People have begun to value their freedom and their joy and their happiness over the dollar. Now, if you were to tell your parents these things and these ideals, they'd be like, what you mean you're gonna quit your job because you wanna be happy? What you mean you wanna go off on your own and explore the world because you're talking about mental health? What? That is a foreign concept to them, because again, Pluto is moving into Aquarius, and so we are feeling that oncoming energy. Right now, we are all caught up in our mental health. We are all taking on the flavors and the bits and the pieces of we're having a precursor right now, is what I'm saying, of the energy that is taking place that will take place in January 2024, okay? And it's gonna be all about that. It's gonna be all about valuing the human over the corporation. And I'm sure you've seen after the pandemic how there was a great resignation, right? There was this great resignation where everyone just was like, these jobs, like, no way. Like, we got to actually jump off the rat race for a little bit. We got to kind of press pause on Pluto and Capricorn for a little bit and really sit down in our homes and think about what was important to us, the human. Why are we benefiting this machine that at the end of the day, we are benefiting its dream. We are benefiting its system, right? And this was that moment in time where I believe Pluto kind of jumped into Aquarius and then it retrograded a little bit after. And now it's gonna retrograde again, but that was that trigger. That's what happened, is that it stopped everything and it opened our eyes. It was like a flash, a jolt of just, everyone's gonna stop, everyone's gonna pause, and you're gonna think about what you really want and what you really value. That was the first instance of us foregoing the old traditional way of our parents, of Pluto in Capricorn, of the old monolith, of the American dream, of the lie that we have been told, you know? And so I'm seeing this a lot within the birth chart, that everyone is having this shift. Everyone feels it. Every reading that I do, everyone's having this grand shift, and it's happening in different places, but it's under the same constraints. It has the same themes, just in different areas of our lives. But in January 2024, when Pluto officially hits Aquarius, it's going to really increase our courage. You know, it's going to really increase humanity's courage to value the human first. We are all going to forego the traditional monolith of the American dream, and we are all hopefully going to forego the corporation. I really, really, really do believe that that is what's happening. You've seen the rise of entrepreneurship within just the time that Pluto retrograded back into Capricorn, because we've seen better, because we know better, we just can't go back. And so you're seeing the rise of all those things. And so this is what we could expect. This is what we could expect with Pluto in Aquarius going forward, right? And I'm sure when you listen to these themes that we can expect, you will already be seeing the bits and pieces playing out little by little in the world. There is going to be a ginormous shift in what humanity as a whole values, okay? We are all going to find a way to authentically express the values that we hold true to ourselves, whatever those values may be. Those values, however authentic and however different from our parents and from the American dream, will be first and foremost always valuing the soul of the human and their authentic expression away from the corporation, okay? Away from the 9-to-5, away from the confines that Pluto and Capricorn had put us in, okay? You're gonna see a rise in revolution. I'm sure you're already seeing it right now. I don't really wanna say the names, but there's something happening right now as this video is posted that we're kind of fighting against right now. You saw the BLM movement. You saw there's a similar movement going on right now. I can't say it because I don't want to get dinged or docked, but I'm sure if you are aware and your eyes are open, there's a lot happening overseas, and there's a rise in revolution right now. Right now, corporations and the elite and the government and all these powers that be understand that they are almost shocked that we can see through the veil at this point, that what wars they used to fight and the tactics that they would do and the things that they would propagate under the monolith of politics is just not going under the radar anymore. We're seeing it for what it is, and not only are we seeing it, but we're going out on the front lines and fighting for it. That is Pluto in Aquarius. That is Pluto in Aquarius. We are going to be a humanity that fights for each other. Whether you are black, white, brown, purple, or green, you belong, okay? We are getting into that age of it doesn't matter if you are a boy or a girl, you matter, okay? You are equal to all. If you have a heartbeat, you are equal, and you're seeing that as we speak, I'm sure you are seeing that people are valuing people over the dollar. People are valuing freedom, joy, happiness, technology, and a fight for a better tomorrow more than they ever have. And that is because we are moving into that age. We are moving into the age of humanity, the age of the human, the age of right is right and wrong is wrong at all costs. You know, we are no longer afraid to go up against the corporation, say, we ain't coming in today because I will not sacrifice my mental health. I quit because I value myself and my peace and my joy over your status quo. We are moving into that. And so I'm also sure that you are also seeing out in the world the rise of, you know, there's some bad things that will come with this as well, as does everything. With every good, we must take the bad. That although we will become a very humanitarian driven spirit and as a humanity and as a whole, we are also seeing the rise of technologies that could be very frightening and very scary and in the beginning, very revolutionary and very, very cool and cutting edge. You know, I'm sure you're seeing things like the Apple Vision Pro that's coming out. That's gonna be like the biggest thing since sliced bread. But you're gonna see a lot of different rises of technology that used to be that we could only dream of. We are here now. We are touchdowning on the time where technology is really gonna take over. And I'm sure you've seen, like, robots are now scooping up the sweet green. You know, I'm sure you have seen it, and I really want to make sure that I'm getting these points across. That I used to work at this place called Sprinkles, right? And it was a cupcake shop, and it was in Beverly Hills, and it was the first cupcake shop. And what that corporation, what that business was all about hospitality, right? And so I remember when I was trained at this cupcake shop, at this bakery, that we literally had to, every single person that walked in that store, we had to stop what we were doing and we had to pay attention to the customer and say, hello, welcome to Sprinkles Cupcakes. Hi, welcome to Sprinkles Cupcakes. Hi, these are our menu. Like, we were attentive, like we had to do that, right? Now, fast forward, I go back 10 years later, you walk in, it's almost like, does anyone work here? Hello? I went up to the clerk, to the counter, expecting that customer service, and she was literally like, and pointed at the kiosk. She pointed at the electronical kiosk, like, don't even talk to me. I'm really just here to make sure that nothing goes wrong, but as for taking your order, go to that kiosk. And I was, my brain blew up, because I was like, the Sprinkles that I knew back when Pluto was in Capricorn, we had to stop what we were doing. We had to be all about the customer. We had to be in their faces. We had to be, you know, we damn near had to go out and wash their car with their order, you know? But with Pluto in Aquarius, you're seeing that these corporations can't hire people. They can't even raise the minimum wage to get people to work for them, because people are saying, I'm out, I'm not doing that anymore. And the people that are there are having to now navigate that, because there are no people signing up to sell these cupcakes, that a kiosk is now running it, you know? And that can give a little separation. If you really think about it, although it is good that people are saying, forget the corporation, I'm not gonna sell your cupcakes, I'm not gonna be your waiter, I'm not gonna be your lackey, and they're out discovering themselves and potentially building their own businesses, think of how distant now the human connection is becoming, right? I'm sure you have noticed that a lot of people are at war with other people and just don't want interaction. There's a lot of distant energy because the rise of technology with our iPhones and Instagram and TikTok. We would rather connect with each other through technology than to connect with each other within the store, you know, or out on the streets. Or when we are out in the world, people would rather match you on Tinder or match you on Hinge than to go up to that girl or guy that they're interested in the very same store or in the very same bar or club. So those are the trade-offs, you know. With every energy, with every blessing comes some trade-offs. And so I'm just giving you some of the pitfalls that you could be sure to experience with this this placement that is going to happen, because it's happening, and technology is going to come and it's going to change our world. And you know, we as the people, we are now going to be moving into a very futuristic time where things are non-binary and no one wants gender, and everyone is free to express themselves how they fit in the name of uplifting the human themselves, okay? Whether you come in this way or you pop out of the womb that way, you get to choose what you value and what you want to do. And while you do that, the world is going to fight for you and revolutionize for you, and technology will grow and expand in that way. We are turning into that type of culture. And so what do you think? What do you think about this new cataclysmic change that is gonna occur in January 2024? What do you think about the technology that we see around the world, that we are seeing play out in our universe and in the world right now? Are you scared of it? Are you excited about it? Do you feel it's gonna be ultimately good for us to be going as far as we're going, or do you feel like we need to kind of curb it back a little bit? What do you feel? Are you excited for this change? Are you gonna be one of the people that are out on the front lines fighting for our rights and our humanities and our dollars and promotions that we deserve at these corporations? Because ultimately, these corporations are failing and they are scrounging. They have never, ever, ever planned on the day that people say, I don't need you, you guys need us. And now you see they are honoring mental health days. They are allowing people to work from home. They are allowing people to choose how they want to work for us, as long as you work for us, all right? That is literally what's happening right now. And that, if that doesn't sound like an Aquarius, I don't know what is, right? Think of your Aquarius friend, or think of the Aquariuses that you know, right? Are they not a little distant? Are they not brilliant and revolutionary and fight for humanity as a whole? But when you talk to them, they're like, get out of my face. You're dumb. I don't like you. But if they like you and you talk to them, they are brilliant and they're extraordinary and they're genius, and they have a grand mission to fight for you and fight for us and make our world better. Now, I want you to take that Aquarius that you know and put that Aquarius in each of us in our lives, all right? When Pluto goes into Aquarius, it's gonna awaken our inner Aquarian nature tenfold, okay? Wherever Aquarius sits in your chart, that's where it's gonna magnify it, all right? You're gonna feel this gumption and this spark of like, wait, this revolutionary spirit of, I need to govern my life. I need to do what I wanna do. Irregardless of who says what, irregardless of what my mama gotta say, irregardless of what society's gotta say, I gotta do it, right? And you, no matter how weird you may come off or look or be categorized as, you're gonna be okay with it, because you know at the end of the day you're fighting for a better tomorrow and a better world. And these will be the things that you will drill into your kids, believe it or not. These are gonna be the values that you drill into your kids when you finally have them, okay? Just like your parents drilled into you the 9 to 5 and the college and the straight A's, you're gonna be drilling into your kids, hey baby, like, be you, be extraordinarily you, be genius, be someone that fights for people, be someone that is free, be someone that is genius, all right? Express yourself to the fullest. Those are the values we're gonna hold in. And whoever stops you will be the enemy. Whoever tries to come against you and stifles that is the enemy, all right? So I really do hope that you guys got some inspiration and some motivation out of this very cool placement. There is some good, some bad, some ugly, but know that I personally have hope. I personally have hope. I really do. I am already in my own life moving into that. You know, I've recently quit my job that I was killing myself in, literally killing myself in, and I have found my own little success with this channel. You know, I took up my Pluto in Aquarius and I said, you know what, I'm gonna go and fulfill another dream for me. And now I have freedom and autonomy within my day. I'm able to wake up when I want to wake up. I get to talk to you guys. I get to share a passion and a hobby that I've always wanted to do with you guys. And I've got no boss over me. That's the thing. I've got no boss, no corporation telling me I can't. I wake up when I wake up. I do what I want to do, and I'm ultimately free. I'm happy, and my mental health, my peace takes top priority, you know, and that in and of itself is priceless. So I really do hope that when January 2024 comes around, you find that gumption and that spirit to get your own piece of whatever you've been dreaming for, all right? To find the courage to go after it, irregardless of what people think, because that's the main thing that's probably holding you back. But before I continue to ramble on, let me go ahead and close this video. Know that I love you, I see you, and I'm gonna have a different video up if you guys want that will show what you could be experiencing with your respective Pluto in Aquarius, all right? I'm gonna do a different video because this video has gotten a little long, but I'm gonna do a different video of each rising sign within your chart, what you're gonna be experiencing specifically in an area of your life based on your rising sign with Pluto going into Aquarius, all right? But until further ado, I love y'all, and I will see y'all in the next one, all right? Bye.